Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren. Welcome to Plants and Teens. Today we are going to be talking about my January favorites. There are a few plants that I have just been loving this past month that every day I come home I have to check on them and see how it's doing because it's just, I don't know, they're my favorite right now. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, stay tuned. So before we get started with this video, I just wanted to take a minute to shout out some subscribers. I see you guys that are having your notifications on. Excuse me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I was like really shocked to see that. So that's cool. And we're almost close to 100 subscribers. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. So let's get into these January favorite. So my first favorite is my Ashkenanthus Lipstick plant. Just look at her. I hope I'm getting all of her beauty in this shot. Like, look at this plant. Do I need to explain why it's my favorite? Like, these blooms, is there one that's still, they fall off a little bit after they open up. This one is gonna open up soon. I probably have one. Oh, here, you can see what it looks like when it opens up. Hold on. Okay. This is what it looks like when it opens up. Isn't it so pretty? This is my favorite. Not this, but the plant. I love this plant so much. Besides, oh, no, gotta be careful. Okay. Besides large leaf plants, I really like vining. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me use two hands. I really like vining full plants. And so this is one of them. I had been sitting it this way, with this way facing the light so that these can grow this way and cover this spot. As you can see, this is not as full on this side as it is on this side. But this has been blooming for me and I am just enjoying it so much. So of course that's part of why it's my favorite, but I just also love this like thick, full, almost kind of shingling slash vining thing that's going on here with this plant. Like, I really love this plant so much. So she is definitely my favorite and it's been super easy. Like, I think over the time that I've had it, I probably only have watered it like, I cannot have watered this more than 3 or 4 times. It stays nice and moist and I let it dry. I do let it dry out actually. I let it dry out, but it just takes a while. And it could be because it's winter that it's taking a while for it to dry out. I'm just trying to untangle this vine here. Oh, lost the leaf. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. It's overlapped, but I'm just gonna leave it. And yeah, all these are little spent little things, but yeah, I love this plant. It's a little dusty. It could be a little difficult to like keep it not dusty because I don't know, I'm not gonna sit here and wipe every single leaf, and you can't really, from what the lady that I bought this from at the plant shop near me, she said when you water it, try not to get the leaves wet. So I don't know if this is really a plant that, at least not in the winter time, that I would sit in the shower. Probably in the summer, if I could sit it in the shower and then sit it outside, I'd probably do that just so that it would dry out a little bit up here and it wouldn't sit too wet. But yes, this is her. I love her. I probably do have some pictures of when I first got her. She's not much fuller, but these vines here, since I have this facing the grow light, they're leaning this way, thankfully, which is what I want, so that it can fill this little gapped area here. So of course, naturally, this side was the first side to have blooms, but they've already dropped since then because they've come and gone. And there's some more coming up top here. I can't wait. I kind of like that they're blooming at all different rates, like they're not all coming at one time, because then it kind of extends the amount of time that I get to see this plant blooming. But yes, I love this, and I don't really see nobody talking about this plant. I don't know why, because I don't know if you guys, again, follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I post about this plant often, like probably once a week. I'm posting about this plant because I really like it. It's so beautiful. I really, really love it. I have to kind of figure out how to dust these leaves though, because she is a little dusty. It's been so disgustingly dry up here. Like, it's so dry. Like, my skin. So these poor plants. I know, and I have a humidifier, but the dryness is just so dry that even my humidifier cannot keep up. So I don't know. Just counting down the days until winter is over. But yeah, she's doing pretty good though. This is my first favorite. So my next favorite is gonna be my baby Frydek, or Michelitziana. And this is my favorite this month because she made a sudden, unexpected comeback that just, it warmed my heart. It warmed my heart. Like, it was doing really good when I first got it. It had a new leaf on the way already, which was this leaf. And you can see it's looking a little odd. It's very curled. I don't know why it's super curled like this. And I think maybe it got burnt here from the grow light in my mini greenhouse, not sure. But it had these leaves already, and then it had another leaf that I pulled off because it died off. And then this was the newest leaf, which I was super excited about until it started looking really crazy like this. And then shortly after, this leaf started doing this, and I was just like freaking out. I didn't know what was going on. So threw her in the mini greenhouse. She wasn't doing anything for like a week or so. And now that I think about it and I look back, like, a week is not a long time for her not to really have been doing anything. But let's look at this though. Like, this literally popped up over the past 3 days because I left for vacation Thursday night and it was not quite, was it dry? I don't remember how dry it was, but I did a light watering because it must have not been like quite ready. I don't know. The point is, I only did a light watering, and I know for a fact there was no sign of this leaf on Thursday night, okay? It is now Monday afternoon, and look what's here. Look at that full size. Like, where did that come from? Like, and I was so worried. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see like more of my like day-to-day updates and stuff on my plants. I was so worried about this plant. Like, I just posted how it was a struggle and I'm not sure what's gonna happen to it. I'm worried about it. And then that happens. And I'm like, you know what? You were my favorite for a reason. The underdog, the comeback, this plant right here, this Frydek right here. I'm so happy about that. Especially because it's really hard sometimes for these alocasias to keep more than 3 or 4 leaves. So I'm hoping that, I mean, this leaf is not looking so good, but I'm hoping that it's not gonna drop before this one comes out. But yeah, I was so, and it looks like it's such a nice size too. It's already this size, which is a little bit smaller than this. I'm hoping once it comes out, hardens off, that I just want to know what happened to this leaf though. Like, I water it, it stays in my mini greenhouse. The humidity is pretty good there, about 55%. And I have the little heat mat in there, so it is warm in there. I have a grow light. Like, I don't know why this leaf curled up the way it did. I moved it back from being directly under the grow light because it's a dark velvety leaf, but I don't know what, if y'all know, please let me know in the comments below what happened to this leaf so it doesn't happen to this one. But yeah, this is my favorite right now too. It's not looking its best, but she's making a comeback. She's making a nice little comeback, so I am very happy, therefore favorite. And so my next favorite is my amaryllis bulb. Again, this is something that I just don't really see people talking about. I get that we're like all obsessed with the tropical plants, because I am too, but let's give a moment for this amaryllis though. I have to hold it because it's a little leaning a little bit because it likes to lean towards the light. It has one more bloom to open up here. I'm gonna try to I don't know if it's being seen, so I'm gonna hold it up. It has one more bloom to open up, but do I even need to explain why this is my favorite. I'm trying to do a slow spin, but it's not very smooth. I love this plant. If you have not tried amaryllis bulb, I highly recommend it. It is the most satisfying, most beautiful thing to watch because it happens so fast. Like within a few weeks, this thing goes from no sign of life to this beautiful thing. And this is the third stalk that's come out of this. I had 2 stalks already, and I don't know, you might be able to see if I tip it over where I cut out the spent stalk already. And yes, it's super dry in there because you really don't need to do anything for this plant. That's the other thing. Like if you see these, whoa. Hold on a second. Okay, let's try to hold it. Like, there you go. Okay. If you see this plant sometimes in the store, even on an Etsy, you'll see that it may come in a wax covering. And that's because once this bulb is ready, it doesn't need anything. Like, you don't have to water it. I still water it because I don't like to see it super dry, but I do let it dry all the way out before I water it. And it don't really seem to make a difference. It still will bloom regardless. And again, if you've seen on my Instagram, the one stalk that I had on here was growing like crazy. I'll try to insert a picture. It was literally growing like to the side like that. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I tried to like, I don't know why I tried to just, you cannot, do not try to straighten amaryllis stalks physically. You have to just turn it. Once you see it leaning, turn it away from the light so that it'll lean back and straighten itself up. And that was just so bent, it was never going to straighten itself up. And I guess I didn't realize that. And of course, me like just tugging a little bit, it snapped. And I was like, oh my God, I ruined it. Why was that stalk the first stalk to push out blooms? Like, it was so beautiful. And even though it wasn't the traditional full 2 stalks 360 of bloomed flowers, it had, you know, one shooting out at the bottom and one at the top. Even though that wasn't what it was supposed to look like, it still looked fire. Like, it was so beautiful. And this is beautiful as well. I did not even expect to get a third one out of it. So yeah, this has been so nice. And this is only a, you know, a nice little white one. They come in all different colors and patterns, and there's just so much. And this bulb, I believe, is kind of considered like small to medium because I only got 2 to 3 stalks out of it, but you could get a bigger bulb that'll get you even more stalks out of it. And it's probably too late now with the season to get one. I believe you usually want to pick it up like late fall, early winter, so that it'll start blooming for you between December and January. Sometimes February, I think too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it can bloom between December and February, depending on when you get it. And even though these stalks will be spent after this, I can cut it off and it'll produce leaves. And I can just leave the leaves, or I can bag it up and put it into dormancy and pull it out next fall. So I will definitely be getting several of these next season for sure, in all different colors. I'm trying to hold it in the pot and I shouldn't. I will definitely be getting several of these next season because I really loved this. I really liked this. Highly recommend. My last favorite is my Marble Queen Pathos. It's kind of awkward the way it's set up right now. It's like I have this was originally the front where it was vining down really beautifully like this. And then I was insistent on getting some type of stake pole situation. But I had to pick a vine. So basically, I was saying, all right, when one of these vines grows a little bit more, I'm going to cut it, make a new plant, and stake it. But I just don't want to cut it. Like, I have this thing, and I have beautifully, excuse me, full plants already. I know that if I cut it, it will grow even fuller, but I still don't want to cut it. I just don't want to cut it. Like, I like propagating plants, but I rather propagate, like, I don't know, plants that are already, I don't know. I have propagations. I guess I don't mind propagating other people's plants, just not mine. because I have some leaf propagations, but they're like from my mom's plants, not my own plants. And or if there's like accidental propagations, of course I don't mind that, but I just don't want to cut her unless it's looking scraggly. Like I have an elephant bush that was looking scraggly and I did not mind like propagating that a little bit to make it look fuller, but she's not scraggly. So all I did was I picked one of the shorter vines here. I'm gonna try to hold it up. I picked one of the shorter vines here and just put this moss plank here that I got from on one of my plant shop with me's that you might have seen previously, and I just hairpinned it there. It already had some small airy roots sticking out, so I'm probably not going to be keeping this moss wet. Like you don't have to, it's better if you do, but you don't have to, and I'm not going to because I'm already dealing with fungus gnats. It's not major, but I don't want to make it major. And last week something weird was happening with this plant. Before I left for vacation, I did like a whole shower flush of this plant, hydrogen peroxide and everything, because I don't know. I don't think it was spider mites. I think it was just regular, because I didn't see any of the little white spider mites. I just saw like a little webbing down by the, oh look, see, it's still there. See, I wiped that all down when oh yeah, see, it's a regular spider because I can see that little nasty black spider. All right, I'm gonna have to try to physically remove this later, but that's why I put it in the shower and wiped and like did a whole shower down, because I saw that spider web, but I didn't think it was, because it doesn't look like the same type of webbing as spider mites, and I see the little black spider in there. But she's still my favorite because, hold on, let me find my favorite leaf. Is it one of these? It's this one. Look at this leaf right here. Look at the beauty of this leaf. This one, and I love this one also. Ooh, I don't want to break it because that would break my heart. All right, it's gonna be upside down. Get out the way. There you go. That beautiful leaf. Love these leaves. Like, if you're looking for a beautifully variegated plant, but you don't want to spend a coin, get you a marble queen pothos, like a good one, because I've seen some that's really not that good, but this is definitely my favorite. So I'm gonna end up having to cut this anyways, because as you can see, it has these completely almost white leaves here. There's only like a little bit of green speckling there, so I'm probably gonna end up having to cut it. And I don't know, because you can see the vine was pretty green and mixed until about this point, and now it's like almost all white. So I'm gonna probably end up cutting it probably up to here and see, or maybe even here, to see if we can get a little better balance, because this whole vine is becoming all white. Not sure why. The other side, it seems like it's progressing the same way, honestly. Like, it was doing really nice. It had a nice mix, and then towards the end, you can see the vine is like getting lighter and lighter and pushing out less and less balance. And not her with the two leaves at one time. Yes. I don't know. It's not sitting that close to my window, but it does get like a good angle of light, but it's not a whole lot of light. So I don't know if that's why it's coming out all white. Usually it's the opposite. Usually if you're not getting good variegation on your plant, you need more light. But this is like way too variegated. So I'm not sure what the issue is, and I don't have room to really move it closer. So I don't know, but I'm hoping that this will get some nice bigger leaves as it climbs up this moss plank, even though I don't plan on wetting it. So yeah, this is my last favorite. So these are my January favorites. Thank you so much for watching. And let me know in the comments below, what are your January favorites right now? What plants are you really loving right now? I'm always looking to learn about new plants, different plants, things that are maybe not talked about so much, because I'm always looking for something just a little bit different. So yeah, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, subscribe. If you like this video, please like the video, and I'll see you in the next one.